I'm Melissa Cole of Luna Lactation, and today I want to show you how to make, use, and clean a homemade at breast or chest tube supplemental system. There are many commercial over-the-counter products, but some people actually find that using a DIY or a homemade version can actually be a bit simpler and more economical. So let me show you a few things. So first, in preparing it, there are various tube styles, different plastics, different lengths. So I'm just going to show you how we typically take a 5 French feeding tube. This is classically a 5 French NG tube. I usually take the little port off the bottom since we're not going to need that. All right, so our tube is ready. This will be our baby straw. Then I'll just take a nipple that we usually don't care about, maybe a bottle that you're okay to sacrifice or kind of a disposable nipple. I usually make a little slit in the side of it. And now honestly, we're mostly done. So I'm just going to feed our tube through the little side. Okay, now we have our baby straw. Can take our receptacle of choice, bottle base, and this will be filled with whatever extra supplement your baby needs. So this works with anything, whether it's human milk, formula, the concept is the same. Right, so now we've filled it with whatever your baby is drinking, and we put the cap on. And now for wanting to get the baby set up, this typically works best for babies that are already latching. If your baby does require supplementation or is struggling to latch, and that is your personal goal, please be working with your experienced IBCLC to get support in meeting those goals. So typically I'll encourage a parent to have this set either in their top or kind of off to the side. If their baby is a latching baby, it can work well to have their baby kind of get latched on. Right, so say their baby is latched, they're comfortable, but we just need to add some flow or supplementation. This is where our little tube device can come in handy. We can make sure that it is ready to go, it's clean, and then we take the little top part, the tip of the tube, and while the baby's latched on, we can sort of poke it into their mouth, and when they're actively feeding, you'll see the extra supplementation flow up the line and into the baby's mouth. If they're not active or the tube's not in the right spot, you generally won't see milk run up the line, and then you know we need to kind of position it differently. Some people like to hold the tube to their chest in preparation for latch, so they'll kind of hold it on there. They'll get their baby latched on, and then they can let go when they feel that the baby's securely on the chest, right? So it really depends on how your baby is latching, if they're needing supplementation, in terms of how often and when you're using this device. I want to show you a few variations and just ways to troubleshoot the tube. So for some babies who need more support in drinking more rapidly, or they're slower having prolonged feedings, this is really gravity fed, so it can be placed higher while the baby's eating if they're a slow feeder and we need them to speed up a little bit, or if they're really chugging, clicking, dribbling, and it seems to be flowing too quickly, a parent can lower the tube device. So by raising it up or lowering it, you can speed up the flow or slow it down. The other variations that can be used, so this is a 36-inch 5 French. For babies that do need to feed a little bit more robustly or rapidly, we can use a shorter tube. Obviously, the shorter the tube, the faster it's going to flow. So if a long tube seems to be too much effort, we can use a shorter tube like this one to make it a little bit easier. For parents and babies that get into a groove with at breast and chest supplementing and they want to do it more long term, there are higher quality plastics. So this is a polyurethane tube, for example, that's meant for longer term use. So if you have questions about tube lengths, diameters, or materials, talk to your local IBCLC or connect with us, Luna Lactation, if you need some more resources or ideas. One thing I do want to highlight is we can use a tube with a nipple shield quite well. So for a baby that is requiring the assistance or is used to a nipple shield for feeding, what I would encourage a parent to do is make sure it's the right size and shape for you. Get your nipple shield on well. And then we can take the tube device And quite literally, many nipple shields are different, but a lot of them have several holes in the front. We can find a hole in the front, poke the tube in through the opening. I just kind of hold it to the side. And so this way, for the baby who requires a nipple shield, they can get supplementation as well. So then, just like latching to the nipple shield like normal, your baby can kind of latch on, and then they get supplemented with the nipple shield in place. Here's a video clip showing a baby using at-breast supplementation, and this baby was a latching baby. He was dealing with some issues, and the parent also had low milk production. We were able to have the baby latch and then slip the little tube in so he was able to get any available mother's milk and milk from the tube. You can see how actively he's feeding and how he's able to really get all the volume he needs with supplementation at breast with this setup. When your baby has completed a feeding and you're ready to clean the tube, it is important to flush it each time because it tends to collect residue. And I know it's a little bit hard to see, but the tip of the tube is closed and has a few multiple openings. Do not cut the tip off. It will become sharp and could be unsafe to use, but it does require that we flush it thoroughly. So these tubes, particularly the ones that are not polyurethane, they can melt or get sort of warped in too much heat. So I wouldn't suggest sterilizing it or boiling it. So say we've completed a feeding, we can definitely take hot soapy water, so we can do a little bit of soap, whatever you're using to wash bottles, pump parts, things like that. Okay. What I typically will say, we can wash the container out. To flush the tube, I do find a syringe works best. So I just say, open it up. You can fill it with hot soapy water. And then we find the end of the tube, right? The part that was sunk into the milk. We just sort of pair that. This is a lure lock connection. There's different tips for different syringes and tubes. And I just sort of flush it through. And you'll see it cleans all the way out to the end. We keep cleaning it, and you can rinse and repeat as many times, obviously doing with a round of fresh water and getting it all cleared out. And then when it's fully clean, you can even flush it with some air and hang it to dry until the next feeding. But do keep it clean. The tubes that are less expensive will generally last a half week, a week. Once they feel stiff or they're just no longer very pliable or you feel like it's not clean, then it's time for a new tube. Okay, so we'll get it cleaned out, wash it up, and then you can decide. Sometimes I sort of circle it around. You can hang it up to dry for the next feeding, and you can also discuss how often they need to be replaced with your lactation consultant. There are many reasons a baby may need added flow or supplementation when feeding at the chest or breast. And in summary, I will say that I find often a do-it-yourself homemade version can be a bit more user-friendly, a little bit more cost-effective than some of the over-the-counter commercial products. That being said, sometimes it does require some extra support to help your baby use this tool. It can often help families that are doing sort of a triple feed where they're working on breast and latch skills, bottle, then pumping. Sometimes it can take that extra step out where they can get all of their supplementation needs met at the breast. And there are many times a way to feed your baby differently. So this might be sustainable for some families to use many feeds of the day, a few feeds of the day, but I would encourage you to explore this option if it's something that piques your interest, and reach out if you need some extra resources or support in your own community. Thank you very much.